There's just so much.
Well, in that case, then we are live. We are good to go.
Hello and welcome to our live stream of Curse of Strahd. Again, as we always say, this is a based upon a campaign with dark themes and adult language, and viewer discretion is advised. We left our last session on a little bit of a shock for what the characters had done, and without further ado, we are going to go into our recap, leading to, I believe it was Herbert that was giving the recap.
Yes. So, this is basically just a bit of stream prominent across Herbert's mind the last several hours. So tired. We've been searching for a spy at the request of the Burgomaster, Valaki. After what happened yesterday, I need a distraction, but this task is just tiresome. All I can do is poke around, search for magical sensors, check corners. There's too much downtime. Too much time with my own thoughts. We found a clue here. And there, the head servant and his wife are missing. That's something to think about, but it's just a simple fact that would line up with something down the line. File that one away for later use. Oh, found a magic mirror. One of the rooms on the upper floor. Oh, and that cursed doll has followed us to this place. Apparently it can move when it needs to if the string's pulled. Whoever's pulled that string is going to be really freaked out right now. At least he seems to want to help us out. He helped us open the attic doors, but that was nice of him. I'll have to give him some coins for that. Ooh, there are a lot of concerning items up here in the attic. Old devices that thankfully seem to be in disuse. But what sort of history does this family have? How did they come to power in the first place? Perhaps they are servants of Strahd and only pretend to be his enemy while torturing their citizens in more humane ways. Like forcing them all to pretend everything's fine. Oh, that door's fascinating. Perhaps I should check it for magic. Oh, never mind. Onyx checked it. With his face. It shocked everyone but me, because I was just lagging behind. So tired. Luckily, everyone seems to be fine. I didn't even get to test my new gloves that I crafted. In theory, I shouldn't be as susceptible to such damage. No matter. We should be able to get in now. Oh, and Onyx is bashing the door in. Okay, yes. I can fix that. That's fine, yes. Looks like a study. Is that an arcane circle? There were several at the Temple of Gond, where I studied. They had varied uses. I wonder what this one could be used for. I can fix the door on the way out. Never mind. Oh. There's someone in here. Oh. And Corneth has it handled.
I think you cut out. I'm sorry.
Oh, where did I cut out?
When you were entering the room, I believe.
Oh.
I mean, I heard him, but continue.
Oh, okay. I guess Corneth has it handled. Though I've never seen magic like that. Shadows leapt out and put his target to sleep. Is that key he has changing him? I have a key too. I wonder. By the nine hells, that journal is insane. This man is a monster. How can such a man be allowed to work magic? He has no concept of morality other than what suits him. After meeting with his father, I'm sure he would never face justice here. He would simply make some excuse about trying to reform him and then just let him be. Heard of this type of thing before. Back in Waterdeep, there were rumors that nobles would get up to some truly evil acts and get away with them, either through bribes or political power. Place must corrupt everyone, especially those in power. Can't continue. We have to act. I have to act. Maybe I can take the blame for this and my allies can remain here while I'm exiled. Would I be able to make it back to the village of Barovia on my own? I could mend things there and help them build walls to keep out invaders. Oh, of course. The circle. He was trying to get out of here. How could a person escape, even through magical means, when not even the souls can leave the mist? All those lost adventurers we saw in Barovia that night convinced me that even death is no escape from this place. There must be another way. The Vistani can leave, but they clearly won't tell us the secret. Maybe it has to do with that story they told, where they gained the favor of the Lord of the land. Yes. Strahd is the key. He can let people go. Why wouldn't? But why would he? Oh, I'm distracted. I need to focus. I need to act. I will. I have... What have I done? See.
You all are now standing there in silence. Like I said, the smell of ozone filling the air, the electricity crackle now is gone. The purple light that filled the room during the destruction of Viktor leaves you all in shock. Graves is holding the tome, the spoils from the death of this young boy. He has read the first few sentences, and you realize that what you hold is some type of personal writing from the devil himself. When
Herbert,
you first... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say, Herbert will just sort of begin working on mending the door.
This was the last room of the manor that we hadn't been in yet, correct? Or did we miss a basement or something?
I don't think so.
No. Or did we finish the second floor? Regardless, once Herbert
You had not finished the second floor.
There's still more below, I believe. Because once Herbert is finished there, we should probably leave this room as soon as we can and continue our search. And Graves will find somewhere deep in his backpack or something to put the tome that's hidden.
Herbert is just...
Do any of you examine the tome?
And Graves would kind of like say he read the first few sentences and kind of like look, kind of do like a quick flip through, look at the cover and such before putting it away. Not in depth at the moment.
I was probably not paying too much attention to that tome. as I was kind of checking out this desk over here for other writings, since it was made aware that the journal was quite not good, so I'd be looking for other incriminating evidence / other things that Viktor was working on. So I was probably not even paying a whole lot of attention until the portal thing started happening, and then I'm like, oh yeah, let me intimidate this guy. We did that, and then he went away, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go back over this desk.
So yeah, Grace is interested in the book, but I think he would rather look at it in a more safe, secure location and move along from this room sooner, finish our look through the mansion, and get out.
Okay.
Well, as difficult as it's been to get anything done in this city, at least that's one thing we've accomplished.
Mm.
Who do you say that to?
Just everyone.
Just everyone.
Yes.
Yes, what's
Just
done is done.
We've rid this town of one unpleasant soul and also gotten ourselves possibly closer to our goal with what we found. I do think we should
You see,
be wary from here on out.
you're
I think
cutting out badly.
we already
Okay,
have
it's not just me. Okay.
doubly
No.
so.
Yeah.
I didn't
think we-
hear any of that from
Yeah.
Graves.
Like,
Yeah, everyone cut out.
Yeah,
That might be
I looked
Discord.
and it was like, 1500 ping, it's back now. Grace is like, yes, we dealt with one unpleasant soul, possibly got closer to our goal of this book. With what happened, I believe we should keep moving as soon as we can and be wary. We've already have been, rightfully so, but we should be doubly so wary from here on out. As he's putting the tome into his bag, like underneath some other stuff.
Onyx is rifling through these books and papers without actually looking at them. He's more looking down at his symbol of Akkadi,
Okay.
and he just kind of turns to you three. It's like, we shouldn't have done that. While we are closer to our goal, we should not become the people that we're trying to save this area from.
Does
What is
Akkadi
done?
not feel as though justice is necessary?
Yes, justice is necessary. But are we the servants of justice? We just found him guilty and sent him to his death, assuming, without hearing, without anything. We just acted.
In a place like this, sometimes you have to act before the opportunity to act is taken from you.
He didn't deny any of the heinous things that he had done. He just tried to justify them. If he at least had tried to argue that he never did any of those things, then I could see your point in arguing that more time should have been invested, but he didn't deny any of his actions.
If this wasn't this cursed valley where souls are trapped, he would have been bound for the lower planes, undoubtedly. It's not my job to determine where a soul goes, but sometimes a soul and a person is very foul, and they tend to stray into very dangerous territories very quickly. Sometimes best to cut them off before anything worse can happen.
I suppose you guys are right. You guys have been doing this a little longer than me. Maybe how all our gods got together and put us here at the right time in order to deal with an evil individual.
All that being said, friend, you are certainly entitled to whoever you feel. But sometimes we don't get to make the warm, fuzzy decision.
No, but I worked for somebody that made those decisions on his own all the time. And he always had his reasons why we eliminated opposition or certain individuals, and it just reminded me of that time.
Well, you can rest assured that I probably won't make a habit of this, as I'll be completely honest, I thought and I was consumed by the fact that I did not believe that justice would be merited in this world. And I thought that I would be satisfied in some way with the justice that I could dole out myself. But I'll be honest, it did not feel how I thought it would feel. And I very much do not want to become the type of person that you, Onyx, would have some disdain for, or sounds like the master that you served. So I welcome your criticism and your guidance, and I wish that we can all be as honest and forthright as you are.
Oh, trust me, my history's stained just probably worse than all. But like you said, this one it felt different than anything we've done before. Like I said, maybe it was our God's interventions. There have been many, many things that have come into play to get us into this position. That maybe we are just tools that our gods are using to cleanse this world of evil. I mean, this individual clearly committed crimes that definitely should have been punished for, so I'm just confused, I guess.
And all that being said, let us not be quite so honest and forthcoming when we speak to the Burgomaster once more.
Oh, most certainly.
I will just stay quiet. I'm gonna stuff the arcane, the spell book deep in my backpack as well. Well, I think. Am I done with the door?
Yes, you would be. Also, I want everyone to roll me a d6.
Oh yeah, the
All right,
luck
yeah.
points that we
Remind her
forgot.
about the luck points right now.
So, because
That we were
everyone's
supposed to
gained luck
remind you of.
points from last session, because of
Three.
acting within character, and definitely surprised me.
1. Let's go.
3.
I'm waiting on GM. I might have got in late, so.
You're not on the map.
Yeah.
Luck points. There it is.
There we go.
Up to 24. Does Alex get like a 2d6 or something for doing the recap as well?
Oh, I didn't mean to roll that. I was trying to get rid of it.
I know, same.
Okay. What was the question? Sorry.
Does Alex get a second d6 or something since he did the recap?
Yes, that was the other thing I was going to mention.
So keep that roll you just did.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I'll
You can keep the first roll if you want.
Okay.
It was better. Take it.
Yeah.
It was a 5.
Nice.
We may be stockpiling luck points, a lot of us, but when we need them,
I will have them when we need them.
yeah,
I have 27 now.
24. Hey, we got so many luck points. Why not just go face Strahd right now?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go.
We only need one good roll, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's our
Not 15.
strat. Let's just hoard our luck points until we each have like 40, 50, and then just go knock on his door. Luck's on our side.
I stab him, and I'm going to use my luck points to make that a 42.
I'm gonna do a saver die spell, and I'm gonna spend all of mine to make him roll a natty 1.
Be like that scene from, I think it's the second Deadpool, the character Domino.
Oh, Domino.
He's like, what's your superpower? She's like, I'm lucky.
Luck.
He's like, that's not a superpower. And then he's
going on. He's like, I'm in
the entire time. She's like flying through the air, and
it's not like
that.
dramatic or cinematic. It's like he's like
just
like it's
slow
not
walking into Strahd's castle as like enemies are running up and trying to attack us, and like we don't
tripping
even
and
move, they
falling
just
off the
swing and
bridge.
hit the other one on the head, and then the ground cracks open and one falls through.
We all just happen to be on like a couple crumbling pieces of like this bridge that just like land perfectly in the courtyard. I'm like, yep.
I'm hearing like Freebird in my head as this is happening.
Yeah, it's very in the flavor of Curse of Strahd, don't you know? Anyway.
Okay. So, before moving on, do you guys do anything else? Look at the tome, search anywhere up here.
I think search the room. And we want to look at the tome somewhere safe, so...
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah,
I was going to say, I think we've thoroughly searched this room.
Yeah, for sure. You guys have...
don't want to look at.
You've looked at this room pretty exhaustively. Let me just double check that there wasn't any loot that I missed. In the
yes,
rules.
please. I like loot, so yes, please.
Okay. Nope, it was just Viktor's spellbook was the big spoils. And then also his revelation of the tome that he had copied them from.
Nice. And we got those. All right. You all ready to return down to the second floor, finish our sweep of the building?
Yes, I'm ready.
Onyx, Conareth, you all good?
Yes, sir.
All right.
So, what were the reasons he believed there was a spy again? One was that some of his servants were disappearing, which we have the answer for that now.
And the public seemed to know things that were discussed in private in here. Or maybe not like the public as a whole, but like word got out of private conversations or information before it was announced. If I'm remembering correctly, GM. been
I
like a couple
remember
months
that.
for us, but it's been like 2 hours.
Where
Yeah,
somebody knew something about a private conversation that they weren't part
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
And he suspects the Vokters.
Well, we haven't accounted for that yet. Nothing in his journal entries or motivations would explain any reason to give away his father's secrets.
Point of order, I just killed a fly with a pen.
I agree. Nice. Yes, I agree. I don't think that was Viktor's doing. So, well,
So,
but also now
really-
that we are exiting here, let's maybe not mention Viktor anymore until we are gone. Sorry, I cut you off, Rita.
No, pretty much. At this point, you guys are back into the free roam dungeon delve option that you're able to just kind of go however you see fit.
Also, say if Herbert can relock the door with his fixing it and such, or we make it so that it locks when we leave, just to have even less evidence, that'd be great.
You would have found a key likely in Viktor's room, and it's one of those locks that works on both sides.
Lock it, leave.
I am going to ask the creepy doll and pull a string and ask him how he got in to this place.
Okay, yeah. Also, I did have a random question. I was trying to find it in a previous session, but I wasn't finding it, so I wanted to ask for you guys. When you guys were searching for the lost orphans, I thought you guys had gotten the locket. Was that something that you guys recall? I couldn't find it in the recordings, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I didn't do it.
Found a backpack.
Yes, that I found the part of the section when you found the backpack, and it just had rations and some clothes. No locket, though.
I don't
Where was-
explicitly remember, and it's not in my inventory, at least, so.
Okay. It's not a problem storyline-wise. It just was trying to remember if you had gotten it or not in that instance.
Okay. Not that I recall.
Yeah, no, I can't recall either. I don't have anything
Okay.
in my inventory.
You're fine. So
And locket's generic enough that I'm like, I mean, I've gotten a locket at some point in playing D&D and Pathfinder, but I don't know if it was then.
let's see. So what did you ask?
I asked Pitlick how he
Pitlick?
got into this place, because he said he like ran here. So I'm no, how did he enter?
I said he teleported.
Did he teleport?
That sounds familiar.
That is what he seemed to imply.
Okay,
In the past.
Then my memory's just bad. Onyx's wouldn't have
It's
been,
it's
but mine
been
is.
quite a while.
Yeah.
Let me see. For some reason, it wasn't. I have my notes of what he
That's a coin
said.
to your Pitalik.
Now we just gotta hope that Pitlick doesn't snitch on us. Pitlick the narc.
He's a homie.
No witnesses.
Destroy Pitlick.
I mean,
We should
that-
maybe take Pitlick to that birthday party to get rid of him soon. So he's not in Valaki anymore.
Yeah, good. Then he can tell this little niece about our, execution.
It's a random Vistani girl compared to like the guards in Valaki. Like,
Okay.
Good point.
So
wanna
you do you pull a string, give him a coin?
Yeah, pull a string. And
Okay.
I'd probably give him a coin since he helped us out to get up here. Which is a gold coin.
So
because
he
that's
just
all I
kind
got.
of he kind of laughs And he's like, "Don't be a kobold. I maybe would, but my heart beats for gold." And then he kind of turns his head to you as if now he's actually listening for a query.
Okay. So Pidlick, did you teleport here?
Yes is the key that unlocks a world of possibilities.
Hmm. Do you happen to know of any secret entrances to this place?
He kind of looks and he's like, "No is the guardian that protects us from ill-fated endeavors."
Alright. We'll appreciate
Aye.
that. And I just put him back on my back. I was hoping. I was grasping at straws, guys.
It's worth a try. It technically cost a gold, but like
Mm-hmm.
that was voluntary. So. All right, you all ready to go back down, or anything else any of you have up here?
I don't think there's anything else.
No, I don't think there's anything else to be gained up here.
All
Head
right,
downstairs.
Graves will start heading down the ladder, I guess.
Okay. Let me pull you guys back over
Goes
here.
back on over.
Do-do-do. Who am I missing? Graves.
Graves.
There we go. Actually, you guys would be.
It was over here, right?
I can now group move people. Thank
Oh,
you,
nice.
Talespire developers.
Ooh.
It's literally just a click and drag, and I can just move you guys around. It's super useful.
All right. That's awesome. We've got a couple ways we can go. There's the main hallway out there, and then I see a door over here. Anyone have any preferences on which direction to go?
Can we check the back room here? Can we check?
Right here? Not yet, I don't think.
Pidwick is much more mobile now as far as like his interactions and stuff. You would sense that like because you gave him gold, it's not like only for the questions that you ask. So he does look like he is more alive at this point.
Great. Let's just add to his creepy factor.
Yeah. Storage, possibly, from the looks of this. A walk-in closet.
Inside, you see cloaks, coats, gowns, and other fancy apparel hanging from hooks in this closet. Ranged on low shelves are many fine shoes, slippers, and boots. Based on the size, the size and styles, they appear to be the burgomaster's and his spouses. The Baron and his spouses.
The
Baron.
I feel like this.
Sorry.
I feel like this could be a good spot for hidden things for a spy.
Yes, I think we should search for secret.
When you say that,
yes,
you would hear in the other room Pidlick speak up. When you say, could be a good hiding place for a spy. And he says, oh gosh, it's so hard to find.
Yeah, Pidlick's a
he's
special
like,
speech
a spy. Don't be shy. Don't be a grouchy old birch. Won't you listen to the tale of the spy in the church?
What church? What church now, Pedlick? Do tell! I would love to hear this tale of my friend.
I will give him another gold and be like, yes, tell us the tale.
Yes. Yes, please.
And now I'm down to 83 gold.
There we go.
So, Graves will
Okay,
stand in the door because he wants to hear.
And he's just like, kind of looking. He's like, in the shadows of the chapel's hallowed ground, a spy lurks, secrets waiting to be found. Beware, dear adventurers, of prying eyes, for within these walls treachery lies.
Is Pedlick implying that the church is not quite so safe a spot as we thought?
I mean, maybe it's a matter of perspective, but I mean, it certainly doesn't sound good. Is there more to the story?
And he said a shadow area, so maybe part of the tunnel to get here is from the church.
Wait, what was that you said, Onyx?
That he said there's a shadow area in the church, so maybe there's like a secret tunnel to get here.
We also haven't, like,
Right?
actually explored the church other than just, like, the public areas.
Right.
Yeah.
Should probably check that out.
Oh, gone, where could they be? Precious possessions lost at sea. Like a thief unseen and sly, they've slipped away, bidding goodbye. A treasured trinket no longer near, the absent fills your heart with fear. In empty pockets, a lingering ache, as you wonder, what mistake did I make?
Someone, was
Perhaps
there theft
tonight.
recently? Have we heard of any theft recently? I don't think we have.
Not that I can think of. However, perhaps tonight I will do some Frasman rites over the graveyard around the chapel. Graves
I'm not
will
going
begin
with riddles.
pondering and go to begin to search.
Onyx just like gives Pedlick over to Herbert, and I'm like, I'm not good with riddles. You deal with it.
Oh no. I mean, I'm not at my best game right now, but I could give it a shot.
I then spin around and just give
Keep
it
your hands to yourself, dummy.
I just give it to Conerith. Here you go.
Grenard does not reach out for him.
You can't give
I'm
me
not
the
even
hint.
sure how much merit we could give the things that this very creepy doll says.
You can't give me to him. What would it look like if the ventriloquist never talked?
It's at least worth looking in around the church. We haven't yet, but however, for now, I'm going to look around this closet.
Okay. You look around the closet. I'm not going to have you roll. You don't find anything really of note. Just clothing.
Some supernatural force is telling me there's nothing here. Almost like a voice in the sky is like, move the fuck on.
If the searching does take a minute, I would cast Detect Magic as a ritual. Just to have
As a
that
ritual?
roll again.
Yeah, I think that you guys were talking with Pedlick. You weren't really
Yeah.
directly involved. There was a
Yeah,
lot
we can
happening
wait.
beforehand, so yeah. I think that'd be perfectly fine, especially given that you guys are searching around for stuff
Like,
that would likely
everything,
include
yeah.
magic.
Yeah.
As we go to leave this room, Graves is going to take a detour and take a last look into this mirror and see if it is the same as earlier.
Does Graves see graves, or does Graves see graves?
Yes. Does Graves see graves, or does Graves see other
You
graves?
see the
Gravely, Graves sees
reflection that
Graves.
has been haunting you.
All right. He'll just kind of look in. All right. And then just leave.
I may have followed Graves over. And I look at myself in the mirror.
You see yourself. Nothing is of any difference that you would notice. You may have noticed that since you've been in Barovia, you may have taken on an extra scratch or two. That you know that you'll need to work on buffing out.
Okay.
But you definitely don't see Graves. He walks away.
And does Pidlick look like Pidlick?
So he does.
Okay. I don't know why Graves is so messed up in that mirror. The rest of us are just fine.
And you would know that it was a mirror that was magical. And I believe that someone had cast Identify and knows the activation word for it.
Yeah,
Right, because there's like a spirit or demon in it.
Yeah, isn't it like a revenant or something?
You don't know.
Yeah. There's something in that mirror.
So, best not to mess with it.
Nosferatu. Well, process of elimination. This hallway next.
Okay. You see two doors on either side immediately as you turn around the corner of this hallway.
I'll let someone else pick.
I mean, what's wrong with going left?
Left? Okay. You open this door.
Oh, library.
And you see floor-to-ceiling shelves lining every wall of this windowless room. The number of books contained here is nothing short of astounding. A brass oil lamp sits atop a large desk in the center of the room. The chair behind the desk is comfortably padded and has the symbol of a roaring bear stitched into its back cushion. In addition, the room is not empty, and the occupant looks up as you walk in.
Brawl, open your bag of holding. Get the books.
The Baron is near his bookshelf, and it appears that he was in the midst of returning some books from his desk there. He's like,
Baron.
Gentlemen, how has your search been going?
Nothing really of note that we found yet, but we still have a few more rooms on this floor.
Definitely nothing eventful.
Can you roll me a deception check on that?
It's my best skill.
Everyone's like, I'm just not going to say anything.
Ooh.
That is a 12.
Oh, that wasn't your die.
Oh, no. Yeah, 12.
Nothing of note, you say?
Nothing I don't suppose you've already heard. Heard something about a couple servants not showing up for work. But...
roll me another deception check. This one at advantage.
Nice. Alright, so that's either a 21 or a 26 or 27.
He kind of is looking around, and he has his cane, and he kind of is looking down contemplatively, and he's like, it's a real shame that. No idea where they could have ended up. Did you find any evidence to where they may have gone?
I mean, there could be theories and such. I mean, we know we've heard that there were some werewolves up by the lake and such. So if they ventured outside the walls, that's something that could have happened. Nothing, no like bodies or anything like that. So
Well, I'm very glad that you were able to find them so easily. And as he's kind of talking, one of his mastiffs gets up and kind of is nuzzling his side, almost comforting him. As he's there. And actually,
Has he got anything magical on him?
I believe we determined no.
Okay.
yeah, I believe he does.
He
Okay,
does not.
I wasn't sure if we scanned him or not because I thought he would left before we started.
I believe we did at the beginning.
Okay.
His ring.
Let's see, but either way, he does not have anything magical
He
on
has a
him,
ring.
to my knowledge.
It had a ring?
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Because while we were at the banquet, the burgomaster and his ring is magical with abjuration magic.
Oh.
I have that note.
Oh gosh.
And Vasily has magic aura around clothes because it repels dust, is what you said.
Yes. Hello, Hades.
Okay.
Unless this is a different burgomaster and we found the spy.
Pretending to be
He has the
Baron.
mastiffs.
The
still.
Baron.
Yeah. No, I'm sure you're right. I do recall that I thought I gave him a magic item, but I wasn't seeing it in my notes here.
Never figured out what it did, just that it was abjuration magic.
Yeah, it's not like we can just sit there and be like, let us cast Identify on your ring.
Yeah, right.
So yes, his ring is magic. Does have abjuration on there.
Yes.
Well, if we already knew that, it's less
yeah.
impactful to know. But yes,
Yes.
it's good to know.
Don't worry, my good sir. We won't go like spreading paranoia in the streets. It doesn't sound like a smart thing to make people scared.
I certainly hope not. Especially with the Festival of the Blazing Sun so close, it's best to keep the hope alive.
Yeah, it would not like people are going to organize a big search party outside the walls or like that. That would be foolish. Anyway, all it would serve is to spread panic, and that's not going to help anyone.
I think it's best if you let this matter lie.
Yes, I agree. If we happen to come across anything, we'll let you know. But it's not something that would be beneficial to tell the town or anything like that. It would only bring hardships.
They've since added dog tokens, so I don't have to use wolves for
Nice.
friendly dogs. I even have this little fella.
Oh,
Aww.
Just a little freaking pug.
While everybody's
I want
talking,
it.
Onyx is just going around the bookcases and like the middle shelves, he's just pulling books and pushing them back, but looking for something that would trigger one of the bookcases to swing open.
Are you a reader, Onyx?
No.
I'm sorry to hear that, son. Truly, these readings are the only true way to escape Barovia.
have you read all of these books?
Oh, goodness me, no. I wish. There's so many here that... I mean, many of them, there's books of history, there's books of magic. I've never been much of a magic user myself. You'd have to... Well, you may meet him. My son mostly has taken up the magic using in my family.
Well, you must be very proud.
One would think so, but beyond that, it is best to enjoy the books that we have. I find inspiration for the different festivals and things that we run in many of these tomes.
There's a bountiful resource of them. So,
Yes.
do you mind if we? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, sir.
I would ask if you be careful with the books. I only have
Of course.
single copies of most of them, and they are difficult to come by.
Of course. Would you, as say, as part of our search, all could if we take a look around the shelves and such? We'd say we'll be careful with the books, but
Roll me a persuasion.
with my persuasion bonus +4. 7.
I really must insist. I very rarely deal with business in this room, so I doubt that if there is any type of eavesdropping,
Be unlikely to be here.
Yes,
All right.
and the few times that Lady Viktor has visited my home, it's mostly been on the bottom floor.
It's fair. It's fair. So if you're comfortable here, then good enough for me. You know your home best, so
I appreciate that.
Quinarith extends this only to his party members. Wouldn't it make sense, though, that the place that we are least likely to look would be the place that would be best to hide something?
Well,
Yep.
yes.
if you
If
said
anything, his
Oh, yes.
lack of comfort with us being in this room and interacting with these books makes me more suspicious.
yeah, if you extend the ability to respond or whatever, it's like, oh, of course, but I'm not going to fight the man on that. But I agree.
I must ask, if you aren't going to read them, please. I'm afraid of the tomes getting damaged. Many of these predate any of us. Some even predate the mist entirely.
I got a 16 on a smell check.
A smell check? What are you
Yeah.
smelling for?
Anything that seems out of the ordinary. So, like, anything apart from mahogany and old paper and
Okay.
leather-bound books.
You smell wax from candles. You smell food from, it smells like his, possibly some, like, lunch that he keeps in his desk, as well as food for the dogs in the corner. And other than that, you don't really smell anything other than old books. It smells like a scholar's study.
Time for a good old-fashioned
and-
book sniffing.
Tobacco. You smell a
Mhm.
significant amount of tobacco in here. From the cigar smoke and stuff like that. And that does hinder being able to smell too much more. You also would notice that the Mastiffs are staying very close to their master. They're very well trained from the looks of it.
At the response about the books, I would just turn to him and I'm just trying to be thorough. You wanted us to search for how a spy gets in here and who's the spy. I am just trying to make sure that we don't leave anything unturned. You could
I appreciate that.
You could have one of these bookcases that, while you were away at one point, a servant converted into a secret passageway. I'm just looking for activations of these to swing open. I promise to be gentle with the books.
Roll me a persuasion check. If you aren't proficient, you can add your proficiency bonus to it.
Okay.
Nice.
Perhaps we could limit our search to just books that have dust on the top of them to indicate that they haven't been used in a while. Might help filter our search results and get to the answer faster.
10.
Filter our search results. Instantly read that as like internet slang, but
Yeah.
thinking about it, I was like, that
I would
could fit
rather.
though.
I would rather it be the opposite, to be honest. If you insist upon it. Those ones that are covered in dust are typically the ones that are the oldest in nature, and the least likely for me to grab. Obviously, if it's covered in dust, it wouldn't have been.
Unless it's
Moved.
just made to look
Subject.
that way.
I
What
mean,
if
I
fake
can't.
dust?
Dust is
I
hard
can't
to
speak, but
replicate.
I bet I could make some fake dust. No,
it is
no.
possible. But as I said, I do not discuss business in here. So even if there is some type of eavesdropping, I'm not worried about it in this room.
Oh, I don't think the eavesdropping is happening here. I'm expecting this is how they get in.
How they get in? You think there's some type of secret passageway into my house?
Why wouldn't there be?
Well, the house has been here for centuries,
Mm-hmm.
and I have read all of the personal journals of my family as burgomasters of Valaki, and no such mention, despite the amount of times that the burgomaster's home has been attacked, has ever been mentioned of a secret passage.
Why don't you make one? I mean, you could make one. Wouldn't that be
Maybe
useful?
that's what they want you to think.
It could
I've had
be,
enough of your reverse psychology.
but I'm not one to hide away in fear if the citizens are threatened.
Mhm. Oh, yes, of course.
Not.
Right?
Why would you fear them? I mean, I'm sure they'd love you, right? You put on all these festivals. It's great.
And protect them.
Yeah.
Were you trying to do a veiled insult there?
No, I was just trying to, reinforce his ego and
Okay. So you
yeah.
were trying to make it sound genuine. You weren't trying to be.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
I mean, Herbert's got low charisma, but so he maybe doesn't get his feelings across as accurately as he wants to, but he's certainly trying.
Let's see. Oh gosh.
They're
Trying to just
spinning.
turn him around.
This guy won't turn.
Right.
Yeah, let me walk with you. I can guide you in some of the next rooms.
Certainly. We've been away from most of the area except I believe this hallway, and that's, I believe, about all we have left to take a look at. If you have any insight, that'd be great help, I imagine.
Of course. Bam. Bam. Okay, across the hall.
Bedroom.
Actually, I need to back up. This room is locked.
Okay.
Apologies.
Locked room.
The door to this room is locked. As you attempt to open it, the burgomaster would be like, yes, this is Isaac's room. I must ask that you not disturb my captain of the guard's
That's
private
that's smart.
residence.
Yes. He seems like a quite capable individual. I would not want him would not want to be on his bad side either.
I would not suggest it. He is very good at what he does.
Yes. What about down here? So we have 2 rooms left. What will we find down in these rooms?
The end of the hall is a storage room that we keep locked. It has some of my wife's jewelry and
Mm-hmm.
other trinkets. So,
Look, not a place you want general public to be able to just walk into. Then
no. On the right here is my son's bedroom, Viktor.
Victor.
Yeah, we
Information.
keep it unlocked. He's not too private. He mostly spends his time in the attic, which I believe he usually keeps that room locked upstairs.
Is that the room at the end of the attic?
Yes, you've
Yes,
been up there then?
Yes, we checked that room. Yeah, he had it locked. So
Okay, yes. He enjoys his privacy up there.
of course,
And we don't disturb him.
of course, young men.
Here. And he would reach forward and open this door. This handsomely appointed room contains a canopied bed, a low bookshelf, and a full-length mirror in a wooden frame on the wall across from the door. Set into the north wall is an arched window of leaded glass. Nothing here seems unusual.
We're able to do a cursory kind of look through. He won't like.
Oh, did we lose him? Or
Grace?
hello?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Bye-bye.
He'll do.
Oh, is he back?
Am I back? Am I back?
You're back.
I'm back. Do a quick look around, but like, yes, seems like a bedroom.
Anything show off as magical?
No, nothing in here is magical. In fact, if you did not know the true nature of it, this entire room would make you feel like he was an extremely plain individual. The books include collections of Barovian fables, tomes about mythology, heraldry, and other innocuous subjects, but nothing of particular that stands out to you. No magic or anything like that. You would notice with the mirror, this one you see your body as it is to you, not the strange reflection that has been haunting you.
All right. I think with that, like I said, we've looked most areas that aren't locked. If there is a spy, I'd say they're good at what they do, I suppose. I don't think we found any evidence anyway of anything. We can keep our ears and eyes out for you if anything that would be concerning.
It, boss. Here, let me go with you as you head out. I'll give you something for your trouble. Did the dogs like melded together into some weird Cerberus?
I am Legion.
I do like being able to move groups like this, though. It helps a ton for me. Alright. And we're going to jump you down to the...
Oh, there's no bottom level.
Yeah, I like how they split this up. Also, I want to let you guys know there was something that they added in as a feature. You know the pips on the right side for like the map height and stuff like that? You can now right-click them and type a specific number in.
Oh, interesting. Ah, okay. Cool.
Who am I missing?
Herbert?
Herbert?
Me, yes.
I'm about.
There we go.
What you doing, babes?
He would leave the room and come back, and he's going to have 2 of his silver platters. He's like, it's not quite enough to silver everything that you have. I know that's likely what you boys are interested in, but it should be enough to do a weapon or 2.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
I appreciate you taking a look around. I look forward to seeing you boys at the festival tomorrow morning.
Cool.
All
Should
will
just-
be well. And he's going to kind of guide you out the door and close the door behind you guys.
Sounds good. Let's
Yeah.
Get outta here.
that.
Okay. Let me switch us back to the city of Valaki.
with our gelatinous cube party.
Yes, the party cube.
But out the party god. Little floating wolf head. Love the party god.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember what part of the city the
I think it's near like the one of the taverns, like not too far from the church, if I recall correctly.
yeah, I think it's this building, but now I'm second guessing it, so I'm pulling up my my map that I use. Let me call you guys over though. And I did find out why sometimes like you guys wouldn't be able to join the map randomly and you had to manually join. The reason for it is if I add a map after you guys are logged in, it doesn't load for everyone. So
Alright, where is the party?
that's why I'm double checking.
I don't have a token to zoom to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't placed it yet.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was
I was just scrolling through the streets like, where are we?
go. I'm just making sure that I'm plopping you guys in the right spot.
I want to say it's somewhere in this general area.
Okay. In what general area?
About somewhere around here is where I was thinking it was, but I could be wrong.
Where's our cube?
It was
Cube.
around here, right? Because this is the bookshop we went to, the clothing.
Mm-hmm. It's right around here. I'm just trying to find your cube.
Ah.
Let me add a new party cube. Oh, who wants to control it?
So we can't all control it?
I can put it, but it's better if we designate, even if everyone has control over it, it's better if we have a set
designated
person to grab it. Let's see. I'm not finding it immediately for some reason.
Do we have to switch from the cube? Oh no.
Yeah, I think so. I'll just do
Strahd.
this for now.
Oh. A pointer. Perfect.
Yes.
That makes
This was
sense.
one of the custom ones that was allowed to be added in.
Nice.
So
We make it like
kind of
large.
useful.
So it like kind of conveys that there's like 4 of us.
Yeah, let me GM tools,
Size
set
up.
size.
Oh my. That's huge.
I mean, that works. We can see it easy enough now.
We can definitely see it.
Let me go down. There we go. I think that's a more reasonable size.
It works.
Doesn't look like it changed to me.
Not much, but it works.
It went
Yeah,
down a
that
little
works.
bit.
Yeah, it's perfect.
That's
There.
probably better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for now, that'll work for what we need. This is where you guys are. It's kind of nice. If it gets distracting with it being animated, let me know and I'll see if I can find something else.
All right. Well, what time of day is it now?
So you guys had joined him for like a early lunch / brunch. You probably were searching around for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours, between everything. So I would say it's early afternoon.
Right, so what now? I believe there's the festival tomorrow. At some point we wanted to go to the Wizard of Wines, but I'm not sure how far away that is. There was the Vistani camp. Could also just take a rest, take a look around the church. Any other ideas?
What time were we supposed to deliver this doll, or was this like a today thing? Or does Herbert...
too long. Yeah.
You were not given a time frame, really. Just soon. Like,
soon.
Well,
yeah.
we can go back to the church and try to identify what Pidlick was talking about.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's the one that piques my interest.
Yes.
Presumably it had something to do with the spies, so it could tie up one loose end.
Yes. That.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah, but you're looking a little tired too, my friend. You could take a break if you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, if we have time, then
Let's see.
I could use a nap. But I do want to see if we can purchase some incense in town, if possible. Did we know if there was any sort of shop like that?
as far as shops go, you guys would have walked through the main town and would have seen multiple shops.
Made it seem like they had incense.
Let's see. There would have also been the Arasek stockyard that you would have passed by. So there's, let's see. As far as a place that would have incense, Third Eye Potions or the Arasek stockyard would be the only places you could think of.
Maybe whichever is closest, probably. But I'm thinking the potion place might be nearby. Judging by a purple cauldron on the map.
Yep, that is exactly where it is.
That might be a worthwhile place to stop regardless.
Yes, I think we should just swing in there and see what they have at the very least.
Sure. Lead the way.
I will. Aha.
There's a lady right there. She's gone.
Yes.
She ran away when she saw us coming.
She's gone? She's
right back there now. And now she's gone again.
Behind
I think
the
it's just that we
cauldron.
can't see her.
It's because we were behind
the cauldron's
head here.
Anya Travali.
Did I go through and name them? Oh man, I was so prepared like 3 weeks ago.
It's like a older looking elf lady in a sports bra.
I have if I hold tab, I have the locations all marked because I was so prepared. It's totally not there. I had to move the Burgomaster Mansion. Burgomaster Mansion is here. This is the Burgomaster Mansion.
There.
Yeah.
We can still
I remember
go to
I
the
moved
potion
it because of the Talespire map.
We can still go to the potion place easily.
Yeah, I just wanted to rectify that because anyone, like, if they're watching, they're like, that's not where it was. But,
that's not where it was. That's, and then they explain, like, because they just know.
Leave a video response on our Discord.
Leading why we're just idiots.
Go ahead, just comment, subscribe, link, share, cancel.
And if you know, you can answer what that place actually is, as long as it doesn't contain spoilers.
Yes.
You see an older woman that she appears half-elf. However, she's much darker tone than you're used to for a half-elf. She is stirring a small concoction next to a very large cauldron nearby, and she sees you all walking up, and she's like, healing potions.
Well, I wouldn't say no, but more immediately looking for incense. But what else do you have?
She looks up and she's like, incense. I'd ask the father about that one. He's the only one that seems to have any interest. If not, I'd check with the Vestani.
Well, noted. Excellent.
Otherwise, I have basic potions.
Well, yeah. What you've got? Some healing potions. How much do those run?
Healing potions. Ingredients are hard to come by. Are you wanting a larger bottle or smaller? And meaning, do you want a healing, greater healing, superior healing?
I
Definitely can't afford graders yet.
I think our pockets are a little too light for greater. Do you have anything basic?
The basic potions are 75 gold pieces.
Cool. Well, they are at a premium, I suppose.
After the other equipment I bought today, it's too rich for my blood.
I only have 2 at the moment.
Well,
Usually, I'm mostly making sleeping drafts these days.
oh,
People having trouble sleeping around lately.
Not me, but the townsfolk do. They seem to.
Oh, just Cornard says, I have 3 gold, he says to just his companions.
The cube.
Is that it? It looks different.
cube return.
That's it.
Also, do you mind bringing me back? I tried restarting mine because I wasn't seeing any tokens at all.
Yes.
Oh, did you start it modded?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, still no luck.
So she is around like, how long are you in Valaki?
Foreseeable future, at least.
Yeah, who could really tell? We'll know once we find some business that will take us elsewhere, but we don't have anything immediate.
Are you traveling west at all when you leave here
Is that
towards Kresk?
I think we had.
Yes.
I think we had interest in going to Kresk at some point, at least.
If you do, let me know before you leave. I may have a delivery that would be of usefulness if you were able to complete for me.
Certainly.
Yeah, well, we'd love to help out.
World quest accepted.
We'll stop in here before we leave.
I appreciate it. My sister lives in Kresk. She has a store there as well. I deliver herbs to her, but since the Wizard of Wines has stopped flowing, not many people have been willing to make the trip in fear of the cause.
The claws or
The cause.
the cause?
Yes. Of the flow stopping from Wizard of Wines.
Whatever caused that.
Oh, yes.
The cause of the wine.
The way you
Stuff.
said it, it sounded like it was some sort of title for something, or like a creature that everyone was calling
Yeah, I
the
picked up on
claws or
that.
something. Yes, well, we're pretty capable, so we're not too worried about traveling at the moment, but we definitely want to check that out as well, I think. A lot of interesting things happening around here. Sorry, did we get your name?
Yes.
I'm-
My name is Anya Travali. My sister's name is Sonia.
Sonia.
Have we heard of the Trevally name before? It sounds familiar.
I don't believe so.
Don't think
Okay.
so. I don't recall it.
I don't recall that being a name really in.
It's probably me to be like, everything's familiar because everything's connected.
The other thing is I believe that this was a homebrew character added in by another creator. Not by
Wizards.
not by Wizards of the Coast. Because Valaki had like 2 stores.
Oh.
One was Blinksea.
Oh boy.
So it was and I think the other was like the Arisec Stockyard, which doesn't even have an item list. So for the size of the town, it was very empty, so a lot of creators added things in to make it feel more full.
Nice. Well,
just gotta have like Sandpoint, like from Pirates of the Adventures, that has like a 20-page write-up on it in the thing it's from, and then a 100-page source book on this one town of 1,000 people.
I mean, that's how like Valaki or how Waterdeep is.
Yeah, but that's a town of a million people.
Is it?
Yeah,
really
Sandpoint was like where the first Pathfinder adventure took place. Multiple other modules, and for the 200th one coming up soon, they're going back to it.
Now, if you're just looking for the history of Valaki, there's a crazy amount of like written in the history of it. It just the thing is with Curse of Strahd, it started in the 80s, I think.
Yeah.
And it's been rewritten for
back in the second edition.
Yeah, it's been rewritten for every edition of D&D. And the downside of that is that they write modules much differently now than they used to in the past. And so I think there was a large amount of expectation of the DMs to make the stuff up as they were going. Which I think is fair. Like, that doesn't bother me at all. But it's certainly a nice to have it more filled with shops and things like that, because it makes sense with it being a town that's been here a while. On the other hand, because it's an older module, they kind of had that that mentality of like how easy should it be to TPK your players, and so it's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like Tomb of Horrors, where I think there was a Reddit user that described Tomb of Horrors like you're on a mining expedition in which the demolitions expert are all kamikaze people, and that's pretty much what it is like, it's just, you're going to die, like it's just when. Not
my style of thing. I don't like design to TPK, but I like design to be difficult, and it might happen. That's my preference.
Yeah, they kind of switched it from like being like designed to TPK to being very difficult for it. But
I like it to be like, you can die, but
with that being said, Anya's like, how many potions would you like?
Well, I think maybe we're okay for now.
Very well. I try to keep them stocked, but usually people will buy them in an emergency, or they'll usually see the father if they want to avoid spending the coin.
Of course.
Yes, I mean, we have some healing capabilities ourselves as well, so it's not need for us. But it is always good to have something that doesn't rely upon your inner well springs of divine gifts.
Yes. Perhaps we may have a bit more coin again.
Canareth, can you roll me an insight check?
Sure.
Okay. You hear a whisper in your ear. And all it says
plus
is
5 to that, by the way.
oh, a 7 plus 5 to that?
Yeah, I also have a plus 5, so.
Oh, plus 5.
So it's a
you actually
17.
said 17, okay.
was
You hear a
trying-
whisper in your ear, and recognizing it as the voice of the specter of the key you've been speaking with. In your ear, you hear, "She comes from those who took your mother." And that's where we're going to take a quick bio break. I realize that we hadn't taken one yet. So give us 5 minutes. It should be a quick one this time. I don't have anything I need to prep in between.
Same. I'm all good.
Okay, welcome back. We are returning right after Conerith had a whisper in his ear warning him of the origin of this shopkeeper.
You said that when we approached her that she was half elf, but notably darker?
Yes.
Darker skin.
Okay.
The elves are kind of split into the two categories of the dusk elves or drow, and the fair elves, like the surface dwellers. And she does have the characteristics physically that point you to being a half elf, but her darker skin denotes that she likely wasn't from one of the fair elves for the other half, likely one of the drow or dusk elves.
Which we have seen a full-blood dusk elf here already.
Can I have me roll insight?
Mm-hmm.
Can I redirect that insight a little bit toward the message that I just received as to whether or not, like, it just seems informative or somewhat instructive?
Sure. You believe it was more so informative and kind of laying the cards in front of you. Like, hey, look at this. What are you going to do?
Alright. Cramp doesn't do anything right now, though.
Okay. She is sitting there, and one of the pots in the background begins to boil over and flames, and she's like, she swears under her breath and goes over, and she now is completely ignoring you guys. You can interrupt her if you want, but she's done with the conversation on her end.
Yeah.
I'm back. I think it's the shitty weather that's been hecking with my internet. Anyway, it's been like storming and raining here for like a week straight.
Not much happened. Pretty much a boiling over potion in the background ended the conversation. And she is now in the back.
Well,
Back to the church.
back
So
to the church.
you now have kind of
Yeah,
two
then.
options ahead of you, or three options, I should say. You now have the silver platters to be able to silver your weapons. You now have the mystery of Pidlick talking about the spy in the church.
Yep.
And then you also have Pidlick himself to try and take him to the Valaki outside of town.
What if I don't want to part with him?
Then you don't choose that option.
Yeah.
Or you becoming attached to Pidlick.
We could go ask
Maybe.
to get a weapon, so yeah. Should we see if we can get at least one weapon silvered, or should we just head back to the church for now?
As you say this, you guys would realize you don't have any of your weapons on you.
Correct.
You guys left everything at the church for the anticipation of the brunch.
All right.
Yeah, we brought a couple of.
All right. Let's go back to the church then.
Yeah, we'll go back to the church.
I'd be more comforted to arm myself again.
All right. To the church. I might take a look around the graveyards and do some ceremonies out there once we arrive back.
Where is the church?
The church is over here.
That is the church. Okay.
Near
Are you
one of the
guys just
gates.
going straight over there and walking in?
To the west.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Unless anything particular catches our eye.
Yeah.
Nothing in particular would. As you're walking, you might recognize a few of the townsfolk. You see, as you're going along, just people that you have been seeing as you've been walking through, but they're all kind of on a mission. They aren't giving you guys much notice as you're going along. I will have to switch this to daytime. Let me get you guys all set up in here, though. And Graves is the only one I'm missing. Or not Graves, sorry, Onyx. The heck? Oh, that's why. The bottom menu was covering Onyx, and I couldn't see him. There we go. And there we go. Okay, daytime. So you guys walk into the church. At this point, it's a very familiar location to you. You see that Father Petrovich is in the room to your left as you walk in. He glances up as you walk, and he runs, he kind of half runs towards you, and he's like, my brothers. I apologize. I was performing my mid-morning prayers and don't know what happened. Here, come with me. And he's going to guide you over. He would have
You
had
haven't
you guys.
pulled us over yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I moved your tokens, but
I pulled
didn't move
myself.
you.
I pulled myself over, but I was like, I'm the only one
There we
here.
go. Okay, yeah. So, he's going to run you over, and it would have been in this room he'd had you set your stuff. As you were going. And you guys see your stuff there, and it is very clearly has been rifled through. That some of your bags are open, the stuff thrown across the floor, and obviously someone had searched among all of your stuff. At cursory glance, it appears that all your weapons and armor and stuff are untouched.
Is that room hidden right now? Or what's in that room?
Yeah, because as soon as we step in, we disappear.
Oh, there is a hide volume there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Alright. Oh god.
Connareth is in the cupboard.
There we go.
Really? In the cupboard.
So, yes, you see that all of your stuff has been rifled through. And you now have 2 healing potions left among you as a party.
We had more before, correct?
You had 4, I believe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, did anyone else other than Onyx and Herbert have healing potions in their inventory? You would have lost 2 potions, I should say.
I didn't have any on me.
Let's see.
I am so
Well.
sorry, my brothers. I have no idea who could have done this. I happened to walk out after my mid-morning prayers and saw the door ajar. And when I went to close it, I glanced in and saw the wreckage. I've made sure that no one has come in since.
Is anything else missing, or just the potions?
I'll go through my inventory.
An investigation check.
Well,
I will
it's a
aid.
place for desperate people. It's not surprising that someone would be desperate enough to do this.
What's your investigation score, Herbert?
Oh, I have a pretty good modifier, but I have disadvantage.
Okay. I can give you.
Oh,
I mean, I just rolled 2, I guess, and I rolled a 19.
Herbert
I
just
got
rolled
a-
22s.
I have a +5, so and I got a 24.
So yeah, let's go.
Okay.
What we missing?
As I just, they're searching, and I'm just like, so who was here this morning?
The typical patrons. And obviously, myself, Milivo, the altar boy, as well as Irina was also here. She left early this morning. I'm not entirely sure to where. I think she was going to look to see if there would be a shop that could maybe accommodate her to make her own way around here. There was Other than that, I don't recall anyone in particular out of the ordinary. Let's see.
There was a copy of my character sheet that I sent you, because I didn't know if I'd sent you the new version.
Okay. It's all in D&D Beyond, correct?
I have
But I don't
mine's
know if I
not.
can see your...
Mine's not
yours
in
not?
D&D Beyond.
Okay. The only thing that you guys find that is missing...
Is a potion each from us?
No. And the only reason you notice is because of how high the roll was. There was some locks of hair that you had grabbed from the death house, and they're no longer in your inventory.
Oh.
I'd like to do a smell check
Yeah? What'd
of
you roll?
so I'm just gonna I got 21.
21.
Basically
Okay.
just gonna go through all of the stuff that's clearly been moved and rifled with and just see if I smell anything that isn't familiar to us. Like, do I smell anything but us on our stuff?
Okay, yeah, so you are smelling, you don't recognize the scent. You think that you might be able to recognize it if you are near the person and like are specifically checking with people to sense. However, you do sense the smell of dirt in the room, which is odd for it being an indoor room. You can't tell if it's just the stuff from you guys being on the road for the past few days, or if it is another source.
Coming from someone that just spent part of his afternoon underneath a mini home, dirt has a smell. And you can bring it home with you.
Yep.
Very much so.
Do you say a mini home?
Mini home, yeah.
Is that like a mobile
Plumbing.
home?
Like
Or a
a
tiny
trailer.
house?
Like a trailer.
Okay, I've
Yeah.
never heard it
Like-
called a mini home. That's why I was confused.
It's what we call
think
them now
that's-
so that people don't feel bad about buying
Yeah, it's
them
a pretty-
and living in them.
Pretty common phrase around in the Maritimes for it. So
Okay.
maybe all
I was
Canada.
thinking like
I don't know.
I was thinking like a tiny house in my head, so
No.
good to
Yeah.
know.
It's probably been a little bit now, but would graves still smell like dirt being a grave digger? I mean, he helped make a couple graves in the past while too, like the boy and over in the Burger Master.
You would have a similar
At the
smell
old place.
of dirt and everything carrying around you. And that would be another factor. You wouldn't be sure if it would be if graves would be the one bringing
Yeah.
that about.
But it's a similar. Is it? I assume that for grave, it's a similar enough smell to like kind of what graves could smell like.
It could be. It smells like dirt. Like it's just you don't know if it's like a gardener or whatnot.
A
but
grave digger, perhaps.
It could be. Never know.
Yep.
But
Anyway, sorry for interrupting.
no, you're fine.
I thought it might be relevant.
I mean, there is a grave digger here. So
I mean, it's two technically.
Not
Yeah.
only that, but we have a task that was given to us by Isaac, as there have been some
About the graves
grave
being
robbing.
robbed. Graves is already planning to, after we're done this conversation, go outside and look around the graveyard for a few hours. So, disguising it as ceremonies.
Let's see.
Well,
With that being said,
done is done.
you guys are able to gather your stuff, don your armor, and weapons. You're able to move on.
as long as I still have Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
Are there any...
Green.
So,
What?
what was Bartholomew? Sorry.
I made a. You remember? I made a copper owl figurine.
Oh, yes. That would still be
Right.
there.
Well,
Father, are there any rooms in this church that aren't obvious? Perhaps catacombs underneath or anything like that that isn't used?
Why do you ask?
In one of the tasks we've taken on for the Burgermaster, we have been led to believe that it's a possibility that someone he's looking for might be hiding out in the church.
I tell you this only because I know you are all men of the cloth. There is a small hidden space in this church that contain relics. However, no one else is able to enter into it.
No one else
And it does
meaning
not lead
only-
anywhere.
Oh,
And how is it that no one else would be able to enter?
Because they are not a priest.
When was the last time you went down there?
It's usually part of my evening prayers. So, yesterday evening.
I would ask if perhaps the church had any to spare some incense. I don't know if I recall if I spoke to you about this before, but I'm in need of a great quantity or at least a valuable source of it.
I unfortunately have very little. Of what I have, you may share. But unfortunately, I do not have a great trove of incense.
I mean,
perhaps a caress. They have a monastery or something. Do you know?
I think that Kresk would be an excellent option to be able to look for those. The abbot likely has to have a number of sources of incense for his own rituals and magic.
all right, well, yes, we'll have to get there at some point. You have some other business that we could get taken care of over there as well.
It's all right with the rest of you, and if you, Father, I might head outside to the graveyard for the time being. Perform some standard Pharasman rites. Take some time, clear my head, just take a look around, do some rites. If it's all right with you.
Are you in need of being able to perform menial labor to get your mind off? Get your mind off what is weighing upon you? Milavage has taken ill, so I'm out of a grave digger. I know you said that you were.
I'm quite used to it. I can certainly do some of his duties while I'm out there for you if you wish.
Yes, it would be very appreciated, only if it is not a burden.
So just no worries. I was planning to spend some time out there regardless, so.
I appreciate it.
Where does your gravedigger live? I'd love to go pray for a speedy recovery with him.
He has a room within the orphanage. He was raised at St. Andrew's orphanage, and now is almost like an older brother to most of the orphans there.
Perfect. I am going to make my way over there shortly, but I'll probably wait until you're done your rites grave.
Well, I appreciate it. I think that Milavo would appreciate it as well, even if he's not in the state of mind to No.
What's he taking no with?
I am unsure. It seemed to be more sudden, whatever it was. He was fine this morning and then seemed to be not feeling too well. Complained of tiredness. Luckily, he had gotten us a little bit ahead with grave digging, so I knew I didn't need his services for the rest of today. But still like to keep a few graves ahead, just in case.
Of course, it's smart practice.
Unfortunately, death can come quite quickly in Barovia. I mean, just look at the... just look at the recent orphans that went missing, or any of the other stories that have been told as of late.
I'll probably start making my way out now. I will. If any of you need anything for us, I will be outside. Grace will go through one of the doors, go to the graveyard. Cemetery, that's the word I've been trying to think of
Before
this
you
whole time.
go, Graves, I would like
Yes.
to warn everyone in the party. If you go to St. Andrew's orphanage, be prepared to be questioned about the orphans, as you were the group that brought back the one.
Okay.
Of course.
Well, I think that I will return. Again, apologies that I was unable to protect your things.
You have a lot to look after here, Father.
Thank you, my son. And with that is where we will end next session. Sounds like Graves is going to be going off to search the graves, and Onyx will
it's a disguise to do some snooping around.
Okay. And we'll kind of discuss, but it sounds like St. Andrew's Orphanage will likely be a very likely target for your next
Yes.
expedition. And that's what we'll look kind of prepping the session for myself.
Not a location, it's a target.
But and we're kind of getting right in the early afternoon, so it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock, so there's still plenty of daylight to be able to go before the blazing sun.
Good.
But we thank everyone for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time. We are creating a plan to make it so that in the event our schedules don't mesh up, we'll still be able to upload a session on our regular scheduled time. But until then, we'll see you in 2 weeks.